Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Naheed, back to watch more. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, here to watch Season 16, Episode 6. Let's get this thing going, guys. Three more episodes and I'm caught up, dude. Season 17, let's get this baby. Woo! It's a crazy thing, man. It's crazy, man. It's nothing but crazy. But hey, let's get this thing going. I'm about to press play and yeah. Whiskey Rat's Pizza. Is this a play off of Chuck E. Cheese? Chuck E. Cheese was the shit back in the day. I used to love Chuck E. Cheese pizza too. Remember how good it was? So cheesy.
The best part about Risky Rats, though, is that they make kids feel like they're the ones in charge.
Totally. Like, that's where
Dude, I used to love DV. I remember all those places. Fucking was it DV?
Wait a minute. I don't know about this.
There's other place. DVZ, no, DZD. I
She was
forget.
one of the robots in the animatronic No Rules band. You guys remember that? Of course. Right, so if
DZ
you got
Discovery
a
Zone, there you go.
Snuck backstage, you could see under her shirt just before she came out to perform.
They still have that room where they paddle you if you're out of line?
Oh, no. In our day, they called it the timeout room. And you would just go and sit there and fester in your candy-fueled rage for about 20 minutes. Then you learn your lesson, and they'd send you back out to unleash it on the kids.
Hey, listen, at
Wow.
the end of the day, it's all part of the fun.
Sounds like jail.
No, speaking of fun,
Who came up with the song? Risky Rats Pizza and Amusement Center. All right, I'm down. Man, I have the urge to go back to Chuck E. Cheese and just get pizza all of a sudden. Maybe I need to do that when I get back home. I'll take my cousins to fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm not really supposed to let you in unless you sign this.
Yeah, well, listen, while I agree it's total bullshit that we would have to sign a waiver, and also that we could bum rush you and there's nothing you could do about it. But you know what? Listen, today, we're just gonna have fun. We're not gonna do any of that. We'll sign your goddamn waivers, but I want you to know that for the record, we're doing this under protest.
Sure, I don't care.
okay.
Hey,
Cool, man.
here's a little
Trying to do his
something for you.
job.
What the hell are you doing?
Drink 'em water. What does it look like? I'm doing. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, makes a little bit of sense.
I was thinking I would go redeem my old tickets and then maybe play some skee ball.
That's
Good
not
call,
gonna
man.
work.
Yeah.
Nice. Have fun. Have fun.
Hit it. Go ahead. Yo.
Charlie, I can't get past this whole Justine the Teen Dream thing and this feeling that I just missed out on my childhood. And I'm just wondering if maybe you want to...
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's go.
Fucking
We're gonna go
weirdos.
check out some animatronic titties.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the part that I'm trying to.
You know that when
If you got them all,
Yeah.
you get to meet Risky himself.
and he'd do his whole routine for you.
Where he would smack his kids in the head because they were pieces of shit, and then he would bust
Things
his
have changed
brother because he was a
generationally, as you
lazy
can see
drunk.
over here at
That
Risky
was
Rats. I'm
so
glad they're going
funny.
along with the times.
Yeah, I mean that's funny. They had changed it a bit by
Yeah,
the 80s.
thank you,
I
with
think
the
they were
times,
a little
it
bit more
shows.
highbrow and like topical, like diverse ethnic stuff.
Oh, ethnic, yeah, racist.
No, not right. Or like it's funny when people sound funny because they're not from here.
Well, I don't know where
Because
this
of their
is going.
race.
I don't think that was it. I think it was like it's like a fish out of water. It kind of satire. I don't know.
I can't wait to see who the victims are these days.
Yeah. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, you can. I brought my tickets and I'd like to make a purchase. Where are your guns?
Excuse me.
The gun section. I'm very specifically looking for Risky's rifle. It had a real heavy feel.
Oh, they don't
to it.
have
It was
that
very
anymore,
realistic,
buddy.
Had a good smoky bang. I used to put pebbles in there and I could fire them like right at Charlie's eye. It was awesome.
Oh, I don't think we have anything like that. We have an orange space laser.
Forget it. Just get me one of those switchblades that are combs.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Switchblades
those were
are
cool back in the day. I
combs that
remember.
You can threaten your friends with, but
Somebody
they
actually
don't
cut
know
me
whether
with
it's
those
a
on
blade or a
accident.
comb. You know
It's
what I'm talking
doable.
about? Okay, how about some of that, can you get me some of that gum that I could put in like, well, pretend like I got like a big old fat lip and spit all over the place? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think we have those.
What about the candy cigarettes? Give me candy cigarettes.
Those were discontinued because cigarettes are illegal.
Okay, for Christ's sakes, can you get me like the
This is
extra
so-
large
this is
atomic
gr-
fireballs?
I
Nope.
believe they were considered a choking hazard.
Oh my God.
Wow,
a
this
box
is
of nerds,
fan-
nerd. Now, nerds.
Things have changed, my friends. I remember those candy cigarettes too, guys. I used to eat them also. Thought I was smoking cigarettes, and then I did for a little bit. It's terrible, terrible habit, guys. Guys, I quit vaping, by the way. Another habit I kicked. Vaping is terrible. Don't do that. Vaping is bad.
Risky does not wear a helmet. Remember if he would fall and hit his head, he would say, "That's what the bone."
Guys, times have changed. I've realized that. Things is not
On the back of the head.
for the better. No. We'll see. I like this is another good one.
Things change. I
Okay,
get
fine.
that.
Yeah?
Things change.
I mean, look, I don't want to be that old guy who's like complaining about the way things used to be, but You know,
I mean, I get it, fam. Even with raves, things have changed, bro. Even with festivals.
They knew that you needed that. Risky knew that you
They
needed
knew you were curious. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. The boys, they need something to us.
It's great for the boys.
And it's also good for the girls because then they know what they're supposed to look
It's
like.
aspirational.
Oh,
Okay.
Nope.
Good. I think you made some headway. Go.
Desperate old men look at some animatronic boobies.
Oh yeah, dude, I got like 7,000.
What? How do you have so many?
I was really good back in the day, better than you.
Oh, well, I only have 1,500.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should pool our tickets, and that way we can get like the biggest prize they had.
Mac better not be an
I don't
asshole to this
think
kid.
we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, you can. This is America. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
You just cursed.
So what? We're in an arcade and there's no adults around. Hey, do you know how much candy we can get with this many tickets?
I'm not allowed to eat candy. I have to ask my parents.
You don't have to ask your parents anything. You can eat as much
Some of
candy
the
as
stuff
you
I
want.
kinda
You're whiskey
agree
rats,
with.
That's the whole point. You can do whatever
As
you
an
want.
adult, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you should be giving that much sugar to kids, especially with sugar is. When you become older, you do become a little bit more okay, this goes. You know what? There's a big discussion behind a lot of this. Hold
And
on.
now we're in trouble, and now we have
This
to
is
go to the
great.
timeout
This
room.
is a great episode.
You know what they used to do? They used to put them on the waitresses without them knowing it.
Really?
Yeah, that was the fun thing because then you could cop a feel and they couldn't say anything because if they did, they'd lose their jobs. Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, it was the 50s. It was fine.
if you're gonna put a black person in the band, it's got to be representative of. It was a white guy doing the voice. That was
Oh,
right.
okay,
It's
yeah,
a white
yeah,
guy doing
yeah.
a black voice and
No,
a
no, no,
purple
that's-
costume. That's not a good look. You know what I mean?
No, for sure, for sure. But they are
Who? What?
monsters, you know, like
Monsters are purple?
yeah, blue, green, purple, orange. So we can't just like not have purple monsters in bands anymore.
All right. You know what?
Oh, but they should have white voices.
Well, they should have monster voices.
They should have monster voices because we need monster representation. So we can't just put them in boxes. This is all very complicated stuff.
It's complicated,
to
man.
navigate it.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, so I'm gonna move past it.
Exactly. Dude, that's how we all feel. I feel like.
All this stuff. That is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys are
Are
fucking
you telling me
weirdos.
that there is a lifelike set of animatronic breasts under there?
I am, sir.
This is so fucked
Accurate
up, bro.
design,
I don't know how I feel about this. This is so fucked
all
up.
the curves.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I'm sorry, is it wrong to do this?
Yeah,
Being honest, it feels wrong to me as well.
it's
Right, but
I don't know. Is it because she's underage?
No, I mean she's a robot, man. Like
Right.
they're
Robot.
ageless.
Now wait a second. Could just be two mature men with an interest in robotics.
This could be
No, dude, you guys are a bunch of fucking
This
creeps.
is a scientific experiment, and that's one way to look at it.
Guys, I
is
could
for
actually
the
see
good
Charlie
of
Day's age in this.
future
In this,
robots, right?
Good of
the way he looks right now,
Science.
I
I'm
can
just
see
gonna
the
go
age
ahead.
in Charlie Day.
This is so disturbing. They took her tits off. They literally sanded them off.
They mutilated this poor woman.
That is disgusting. Goddamn libs.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
God! And this could be the religious conservatives too. You know, you don't know.
That's true.
Which kind of
Lopping tits off feels like a religious move.
Yeah, that's
Kind of agree with that.
I
I don't know
the
anymore. Everybody's
religious.
crazy these days. This is nuts, man.
Now, Mac, tell us how you're feeling right now.
Well, I feel angry.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I feel misunderstood,
This is.
unheard.
Thank you. Sam, how are you feeling?
I feel stupid.
You are stupid. It's because you're stupid.
Now,
Shut up.
Mac.
You
What
shut up.
happened?
Mac.
He's getting
Is this that timeout room? But they're actually being talked to like.
Hey, guys, honestly, you were both being a little sassy. But right now, I just want to hear about Sam's emotions, okay?
I don't feel punished. Where's the shame I'm supposed to be feeling?
There's no shame in making a mistake, Mac.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, if we
How else
were
would I
taught
know
that
not
when
to
we were
do it?
younger.
Hey, listen, man, I'm a licensed psychotherapist.
You're a talking dog. I'm out of here.
I'm scared.
I'm sure you are, Sam. I'm sure you are. Because you're a pussy. Now, look, man, that's
Jesus
not your
Christ,
fault.
man.
It's not your fault. This dog, your parents, the whole culture is grooming you to be a pussy. You got no freedom, which means you got no balls.
I got a little bit of
And then even when you actually do get caught doing something bad, you're not held accountable. And if you're not held accountable, you feel no guilt. If you feel no guilt, you feel no shame. If you got no shame, you're never gonna hate yourself enough to stop being bad and grow some balls.
And he makes some sense, but there's a lot to unpackage here.
You're done.
What
Right,
the
this is the
fuck?
last piece.
What's it say?
What
does
the
a
fuck?
no-seed pepper do?
What?
It gets jalapeno business.
That's stupid. Let me see it.
I get it, but I gotta know who it's about.
I don't think it's about anybody. I think it's just a play on words.
But I gotta know the victim is in order for me to laugh at them.
I'll tell you what, in this scenario, it's whites. Because white people are the only people who don't have the accent to pull off the joke.
But that's racist.
That is racist,
That's
and I don't
very
appreciate
racist.
it. I'll tell you that.
Is this a satire?
I love
you're doing about
how they came up with that one. That was hilarious. We're the only ones that can't say it.
Satire means. Let's go through the jokes again. And
Everybody clap your hands, cause it's time
Oh,
to
God.
party.
They got real people on there now. It's not animatronic.
Party time, baby. It's party time. What it is?
Earplugs?
No, get out of here. No, I want to be able to hear
It's
the
really, no,
sound.
it's really important. It's really good.
Like that
Have
beat,
earplugs.
that's it.
I'm definitely gonna
So depressing, but guys, we can't
be. If
walk.
they did that Chuck E. Cheese, I'd be
We
shitting.
gotta do something about this.
I
For the
would get
sake of
mad.
the
Did that happen at
kids.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Okay. So here's what we do. We recreate the old Riskies so that these kids can have the same experience that we had when we were younger, and they can perhaps tell the tale.
Oh God.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Guys, I gotta say, I think we've done something pretty magical here today.
Yeah. Okay. On the count of 3, you open the doors and let them in.
Yeah.
And I will throw this switch and let the real fun begin.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, buddy, let's go. Let's fucking go.
2, 1.
where's my son? What's happening right now? We're standing right over there. Look at them. You're not listening to me.
Now, these kids, they weren't prepared for that amount of fun.
You know what it is? That's because they were sheltered too much.
I'm glad that they signed the waiver.
Oh, right. No lawsuits for them.
They can't do shit. You didn't sign anything.
Nah, they won't find me.
Should we get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's slip out.
I don't know how I feel about the last part. I don't know how I feel about the last part. There's a little bit too much with the kids, and especially with just some of the stuff that's happened in the news. I don't want to bring it up, obviously. As far as when it comes to like talking about our feelings, yes, that's very, very valid. And some of these feelings and some of these triumphs, we need to, as kids, I feel like process it ourselves and talk about it with an adult. But I think when it comes to the point of like over medicating your kids, and that's just where I kind of draw like a really crazy line and whatnot. You feel me? You know, maybe that's just again, that's just me and that's just what I believe. If you believe any different, that's on you, bro. Whatever. I'm not gonna try to fight anybody and say I'm right or wrong. I don't have children yet. Me and my significant other, we've talked about kids and how we want them to experience life. And I think when it comes down to it, it's like you do what you do best when you have children. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have kids. Who knows what the fuck I'm gonna do? I do think that we, in a weird way, maybe in society, are kind of limiting our children in weird ways. But I also feel like we're just kind of also adapting with the times. And a lot of parents, especially parents that are millennials and Gen Zers, don't know what the fuck to do. Like, how do we raise our children in a society now where we are so connected? Like, it's so fucking crazy to me now that, like, kids with phones are able to, like, just tap on. Like, we're talking young kids, tap on to all these different, like, websites and how do I say, gain access to like YouTube and listen to music. I can imagine doing that shit at a young age. But in a weird way, it's also like it's crazy we're doing it, but it's also like what are the ramifications of that shit? I do believe we're like definitely like I feel like in a weird way creating super kids with the intelligence and the amount of technology we've given them. Who the fuck knows? Because like my friend that I've known for a very long time and the way that they raise their kids, especially like the balance that they have to choose between going outside and then playing the game Minecraft, it's like kind of nutty because it's like, we're, in one hand, they are enhancing that kid's abilities through this new wave of computers and whatnot, which is the future, but it's also taking away from like the outdoors and the ability to do things like that, And you got to really figure out that balance, I feel like. And again, I don't think any of us will know until we have those kids. Like I can sit here and say what all I'm gonna do, but who knows? But it is facts that times haven't changed. There are certain jokes and certain things you can say back in the day that you can't say now. And that's just the growing of the times. And it's like we've just learned from our past mistakes and we're just trying to do better. And we're trying to adjust where we can still have the greater parts of the back in the days and get rid of the parts that that sucked, right? You know, and I can agree to that, you know. And yeah, again, you never know until you face that gift of having children to know what you're really gonna do and how you're gonna raise them. Facts, you know. Even going back to like the certain foods we would feed our kids, like, dude, my parents would feed me Sunkiss. I would have Sunkiss in the bottle in my baby. I got pictures of that shit. It's just, that is not okay for a kid to be drinking, bro. Like, and going back, you know, whatever my mom did, what she thought was right. But dude, if that was me, I'm not, especially what I know, what's in foods these days, Franken foods and all the foods that are out there that we're growing up on, that we grew up on, that we thought were great, but it's terrible for us. Yeah, dude, it's just, the education of that, you don't want to give that to your kids. So you're trying to put away from it, right? You know, so it's like, that's fine, is what I'm trying to say also. Either way, good episode. I feel like I talked a lot. And thank you, man. Thank you again for listening. I appreciate it, guys. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.